Hey everybody, time for another update about my obsession with Warhammer Historicals. Hey everybody, Adam here for another update to on my quest to obtain all of the Warhammer Historicals books from the early 2010s. And we have another quick update, shouldn't be too long. This time it is for the Armies of Antiquity. This is basically the first supplement that came out. It came out a few months or a couple months after the initial book came out. As you can see, it's fairly thin, and it has a little forward, and basically gives you the army list for the pre-Roman era or antiquity, which is mostly the biblical armies, including the Alexander the Great, early Rome, early Rome, Carthage. It looks like it also has Byzantine or Byzantium, depending on who you're talking to. For some reason, it has Vikings and Crusaders in here, along with the Normans. Again, this is an early book, so I don't know what they were thinking when they were trying to fit all this stuff in. Again, I got it off of eBay, where I get most of this stuff nowadays. Most conventions I go to here in Southern California, you do not have a lot of books. There was one shop that had a large selection of books, but unfortunately the owner died, and the store went out of business. So, as far as I can tell, I don't know what happened to that large collection of various rule books, Osprey, old rule sets, even current rule sets. I don't know what happened to that collection. It could still be sitting in the store and sitting in someone's garage, or someone may have just bought the whole thing off of somebody else, and maybe that's how I got this on eBay. I don't know, but that was really the biggest source of these older books, and because of that, the limited supply here in Southern California, I've turned to eBay. There's some people that sell them on other sites that I've looked at. But eBay seems to be the go-to for where to get stuff. Oops. So it's just weird seeing Norman Crusaders in a book that's supposed to be Armies of Antiquity, but it is what it is. I think they tried to cover a lot in this initial book, before they came out with all the other ones as time went on. Because there's also Samurai, Ancient Chinese, slight updates to the rules. These would be later incorporated into the main rulebook, 1.5 and then 2.0. So this, like I said, this costs, I think it was like $40. I can't remember right now. It's less than about maybe $50 at most, but if that, I'd be surprised, because there's there are a lot of copies of this one out and about, so you'll see them on occasion, all the time actually. It's in fairly okay condition. There's not much of a spine to begin with, so there's not much to really look at in terms of the quality of the spine. So I was able to find this one relatively easy. It wasn't an issue. The next one we will look at will be the updated version, which came out when 2.0 came out. Again, it's Armies of Antiquity. This came out basically towards the end of the run. Like I said, it looks like it is a bit more of it looks like they were trying to go more hardback with everything. If you look at the list, it's a much more substantial list, because you have the Lydian, Etruscan, early Rome. It's broken down more, where if you looked at the list, so here's the list for the current one. Medieval Hungarian. It looks more like a list from the old DBA list, if you're familiar with those. So it's a much larger list. The book is this book in particular. There's some tear along the edge that just shows that it's used. I'm not too like I said before with the other books. I'm not too concerned with it as long as it's not too badly damaged. Again, like with the other hardback, at the time there wasn't too many of these out. I got it on eBay as always for about I think it was 125 with plus shipping. Nowadays you can still see them on eBay. The more of them have been showing up on eBay, and it's roughly between 100 and 125, maybe 150 if you include shipping. It is a hefty book because it is hardback, and if I compare it to the other one, it is a substantial difference in in thickness. So it's at least I almost want to say 10 times as thick as the original, but it literally has, like, you just look at the list of armies here compared to the original. The original only had what, 20 armies maybe, just about, and this one has easily double if not triple the amount of armies in it. So basically it goes through every army. Yeah, it's about over 200 pages, while the original was about 60 pages. Yeah, easy. Early Greeks, Thracian, Indian armies, Gallic, Pyrrhic, Galatian, Carthaginians, early and late Han Chinese. It has a lot slave revolt. It has a lot more variety in what you can take and when you can take it. And again, even though it's armies of antiquity, it still goes up to, I believe it includes, let's see, up to medieval. So I don't know if it replaced the earlier books, because this is the first book of the second edition. So that means all the other books that came out, like Siege and Conquest, Byzantine, Alexander, all those books, does it replace all those army lists? I can't recall. And someone, if you watch this and you happen to know, and in the comments, you may want to double check. There's more additional rules. So even after they redid the rules with 2.0, they still added more rules to it. So eventually there would have been a 3.0, because that's what Games Workshop in general likes to do. So I'm reading the part about the note on the following lists. There's talk about updating the list in terms of just the points and other stuff. It doesn't really discuss whether it replaces the previous books or not, which is probably most important for a lot of people, especially if you're going to a tournament. So I can see some issues people might have with this book. If you're going to a tournament and your army list is now in 2 books, so it's going to be in the original book, and then it might be in the new Armies of Antiquity book. So basically, I believe the tournament organizer would have to tell you, or have to describe which one would be used, or maybe it would allow both. I don't know. I did not play in a lot of tournaments with 2.0. I played in early 1.0 a couple of tournaments, but I played mainly with that, and then I had stopped after that. I did not get into 1.5 or 2.0, but this is the book for 2.0. I was kind of glad I got it at the time, and then now there's a few out there that are about the same price, about between 1 and 150, depending on who you get it from and where it's coming from. But yeah, I'm really glad I got it. It's, like I said, it's in good shape. It's a pretty hefty tome. Probably hurt somebody with it. Really want to. But yeah, so that's the update for now. Still on the lookout for some of the ones that are still out there that are kind of hard to find, like Over the Top Supplement for Great War and Richtofen's Flying Circus, which are the big two that are really out there and usually go for about upwards of $200 to $300, maybe in some places even more, depending. So still on the search, and that's all for update number 2. And I hope to talk to you guys soon with update number 3. Don't forget to subscribe and like so you are updated when I do update, which is usually few and far between. But I usually want to talk when I have news. Hopefully, like I mentioned before, I'm doing some remodeling in the house. And once that's done, hopefully I'll be able to actually play games. So fingers crossed. And I'll see you guys later.